Oh, well, it all started when I was a child. Pretty well spent all my time in the sandpit at home. I was building roads, dams, creeks, you name it, and I was coming up with so many ideas in that sandpit, and that's really where it all started. Fast forward, leaving school, really wanted to move in the moving industry. At the time, pre-COVID, no one was really looking for operators or even labourers. You had to be experienced. So I called lots of different places, and when I drove days on end trying to, look, and everyone wanted 5 years minimum experience. No, eventually I was driving a truck for a couple of days for someone we know, and he said, look, I don't have enough work for you, but I've got a mate. When the phone call came, I was actually teaching Emily to drive a truck, and that phone call came and I answered it as quick as I could. And he said, yeah, I'll meet you. So I was out there in a flash. We took the truck back, we raced out there to meet him, and he's like, yep, I'll come to one of my jobs tomorrow, I'll give you a go. I went there, he actually put me on a bobcat straight away. I didn't have nearly any experience on an excavator, but one of his operators had called in sick on a job, and he said, I've got no one else, you need to go up there and just have a go. I went up there, and I was scared. Like I said to Emily, I'm probably gonna get kicked off. I don't know what I'm doing up there. And I didn't even know how to get on top of a stockpile. I didn't know the basics of an excavator. I tried just starting loading the trucks from ground level, and it just wasn't working. Foreman came over to me and said, oh, you're a bit slow, like what's going on? And I didn't want to tell him that I had no experience. I just said, oh yeah, no, I'm doing as fast as I can. And he said, I can't have you here. You just go home now. So I went home, got home at about 2 a.m. and Emily's like, you got kicked off, didn't you? 6 months later, they got a call, they needed the digger back there. So I went up there, no worries. I went quite a few times over the next 4 years back with that company, at months at a time, and it was just better and better every time. I worked for my old employer for about 4 to 5 years. I learnt so much from it. I learnt to drive dozers, scrapers, so many different skills, bulk earthworks, final trim. And I'm so grateful that he gave me the chance when no one else would. My advice to anyone wanting to get in the industry now is from when I was here there until now, it's a lot easier to get in there now. Everyone's screaming for operators, labourers. And if you do want to get in the industry, my advice is to start as a labourer, start at the ground, learn the basics. When you get the chance, jump in an excavator when you can. Just start learning. Even when everyone's on a smoko break, jump in the digger and just start learning how to operate. Anyway, I've got a big job to finish here.